Hello and welcome to the Creative Art Collected hosted by Taslima Maya Art. Each week we have four artists, Taslima Maya, Let's Pour with Patty, me, Casey from CWV-Artistry, and Sheldon Briscoe of Shell Rock Art. Each week you can catch us at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. UK time on Saturdays. Today I am going to be working on some outlet covers. I'm doing these for a friend's house. I'm working with some pieces of cellophane that I've cut up, some hearts and stars and moons, little glitters, and a 2-part bond craftor epoxy resin. Okay, first I'm going to pour some epoxy resin off into a cup. And then I'm going to do it again for the second part. Okay, then I'm going to grab my hearts and stars and moons. I think I'm just going with stars and moons and butterflies. I'm giving it a mix of all the different sequins that's in here. There's so many different pretty ones. And there's two different shades. One's like a yellow shade and one's a pink shade. And I wanted a mixture of the two. But I'm just going to keep adding them until I feel like I've got enough glitter. Then I'll set them aside and mix that in. I want a lot of that glitter in there. And then I'm going to take a drop of the Playful Pink by Barely Art. I believe it's what it is. Yes, Barely Art. And mix that in. And then I'm going to take and get those pieces of cellophane that I chopped up. Put them off into the other cup and mix them in the resin. This is going to be quite a thick mixture. But you don't want too much more resin than you do your cellophane. You want your cellophane pretty thick. But you want it where it's spreadable too. Okay. Now I'm just going to start with adding the cellophane to half of this light socket cover. And then I'm going to grab my pink and do the rest in the pink. And you got to keep mixing these guys because it does settle. Your glitter and stuff settles in your resin if it's setting. So make sure you remix it before you just pour. Now I'm going around with the cellophane again on the second light socket cover. And I'm just trying to make designs, something different. Okay, now I'm going to grab my pink again, mix it up again. And then I'm going to pour it in again. I just love the mixture of colors right here. That pink and the cellophane look so good together. Now I'm going to do 3 lines, I think, on this one. So I'm going to need a bit more pink. I'm about out of my pink. I don't want the color to be too much different, so I'm not going to add any more alcohol ink, but I am going to add a little bit more resin. And just mix that in. Now I'm going to fill this up the rest of the way. They're already looking gorgeous. I love these. I think this is my favorite set that I've made for her so far. I still have quite a few more to make. I think I need about 30 of the outlet covers altogether to do the entire house. So I've got a lot of work ahead of me on these. So you may see me doing these again here soon. Okay, we're going to move on and do the last one, the fourth one, not the third, Casey. We're going to pour some more resin in the cup with the pink. And some more into the cellophane. We're going to add some more of that cellophane in there and get that mixed up. Once I'm happy with that, I'm going to set it down and mix up my pink. Okay, now I'm going to grab my glitters again and start putting different glitters in. I'm using the same mixture as far as I can remember. And we're just going to put a drop of pink in there. And mix that in. That pink is so vibrant, and it only takes one drop to make the color bright and beautiful. I like the Barely Art alcohol inks. They spread so well in resin. They're gorgeous. They're highly pigmented. And I also like the little box that they come in and the fact that they're such large bottles. So now I'm spreading out the cellophane again. I was thinking of doing 2 corners and having the pink walk through the middle. So I'm trying to get these edges to be squared as much as I can. But the resin moves, as you know, so it's not going to be perfect. But I'm also trying to empty my cup and get the last bits out so nothing goes to waste. Now, I'm going to remix this. And I'm going to pour. And we're going to fill this guy up. And then we're going to add a little bit more to this one. Because it looked like it was lacking. And also it brightened that pink back up. And we're adding the last bits into any of them that I feel aren't domed. And that's it. That's all I'm going to do to these guys. I'm going to just hit them with a lighter and pop any surface bubbles. And then I'm going to let them cure for 24 hours. Or at least 12 hours. I think you can demold in 12 hours with the Bond Crafter. So you just let them cure. And we're going to go ahead and demold these guys now that they are cured. These are some extras that I made with the leftover resin I had. Love it. Isn't that cute? And this right here, it's still soft. As you can see, I messed up the hook on it. But it's still cute. It's a dolphin. Okay. Main thing that we did here. Look at these. Aren't they gorgeous? Can you imagine them hanging on your wall? A light socket in a Barbie bedroom. That's what I think of when I look at these. I think Barbie bedroom, princess bedroom, anything like that, because they're just so beautiful. They're still soft. I didn't wait the full 12 hours. But they are gorgeous. I love the way they come out. Wow, look at that. Isn't that so pretty? Okay, that's it for me today, guys. Up next is Sheldon Briscoe of Shell Rock Art. Thank you guys for coming. We will see you next week.